This video I have started here to give a very important aspect of the child's growth. Parents are looking after into other aspects like his education, his studies, where is he going for tuitions, when is he going to come back, how is he going to utilize his time. But do you think that this is enough? Yes, it is enough. But as a parent, it is our duty to also handhold him to control his feelings, his emotions. He should be trained for that. Because when he grows up, it will be very difficult for you to understand your child. So, today I have brought a very important aspect of childhood which goes along with the child when the child grows up, right? So, the first and the foremost thing which I would like to say is that the sense of rejection. Hello, I am Anita Salathia, a behavioral parenting coach. I have coached more than 1,000 students in their education journey, and I have coached many parents so that they can help the child in becoming a successful individual. It is not only the career, but I focus on the humanitarian aspect which really hinders the progress of the child in his future life. So, today's topic is the rejection part. How the parent can teach the child to face rejection. So, it is such a, you can call a minor issue, which sometimes, or you can say most of the times, parents try to overlook it or neglect it or don't bother enough. But this feeling or this experience of rejection is very difficult for the child in his adulthood. So, as a parent, I have an appeal that the parent should look into this aspect of growing up of the child. So, how the rejection can be tolerated by the child, it is the duty of the parent so that it makes his journey a comfortable one. I know that rejection is very difficult to handle in any case, whether it's a child or an adult. But if the child is given a proper training, a proper mindset, then it becomes comfortable and the child becomes confident enough to handle rejections. The rejection is such a kind of experience of the child that he should be trained enough while he is a child. How the parent can train him? The parent can make sure that it is the minimizing feeling. The parent can help the child to minimize the feeling of rejection. So, in the early age only, if he knows, if he is trained enough to whenever the rejection is there, the child should try to minimize it to his own level so that he doesn't get a shock or a setback later on, right? For example, minimizing feelings of disappointment. Like when the child is young, suppose some other child has taken away his toy. So, it is not that now you also start being angry on him or you start giving reactions on him. That will make him more depressed. And if he'll say that, okay, some child has taken my toy, so be calm. Just say, okay, I'll go and scold him, don't worry. Or if he doesn't give you, don't worry, we'll go to the market, we'll get one more. So in that case, the child has got a little bit of training of a sort that the child learns how to pacify himself. And in the later stage, it becomes very easy for him to minimize his rejections and the feeling of rejections, that is well. The second is, we should train a child to reassess the goals. Suppose your child has participated in some activity in the school and he is not able to score good marks or he is not able to score a first position. And the child comes very angrily at home, he's crying, he's howling that I could not get the first prize. It is not that the child wants the first prize. Child is asking validity. He's asking the validation from the parents because you as a parent might have given him lots of appreciation, lots of good words, lots of boosting to his effort, and you are not thinking that if the child doesn't get something, you go to the opposite. Okay, this time you got second. Oh my God, this was not good. It is the way how the parents treat their children. If suppose the child is bringing a second prize or he doesn't get any prize, so don't try to highlight that. If he gets the prize, don't try to highlight so much of that the child gets into that cocoon of getting validation from everybody. So be normal. If he gets the first prize, even then, just give him a pat on his back, or you can just smile and just appreciate his efforts. That's all. And if he's not bringing any prize, or if he's failing in his subject, don't have to bother much, because there's a long way to go for the child. If you are just bothered about one test or 1 mark or 2 mark, then the child gets depressed. So it is the duty of the parents of the child not to make it a hue and cry over petty issues. This kind of approach of the parents make the child unhappy. He's upset. Actually, he's not bothered if he's first or if he's second or if he doesn't get any position. It's the parents who are forcing or who are training the children to get depressed. And they are training not to face any kind of rejection. In that case, slowly and steadily, what happens? The child, it becomes very difficult for him to accept rejections in his future life. Right? And so the third part is that we have got to be excellent learners. Whenever the child comes with any kind of good thing or bad thing, you should be at a normal pace. If he scored good marks, then you should say, okay, you might have worked hard. If he hasn't scored good marks, even then you just validate his efforts, not his scores. You just say, okay, yes, very good. I saw you working hard for the last 1 week. And no matter, it doesn't matter if you have scored less marks or more marks, but I am more happy to see you, and I am satisfied to see you working hard on your work, working hard for your studies, working hard for your competition. This is the way how the parent should talk to the child. It is only the way the parents talk to the child and train his mind slowly and steadily. And most of the parents come to me, they say, no, we haven't taught this to our child. You haven't taught this to your child, but it has been taught. It has been transferred from you only to the child. If the child is not accepting reactions in a positive way, that means it is the parents who have conveyed the child to get worried, to get upset. The third part is that you should train the child in order to accept that the failing is a process. If the child fails in something, it is the duty of the parents to let him know that, okay, you have failed now, don't worry, try again, right? So if this kind of validation is given by the parents to try again, that means the parents are preparing the children for the future life. There may be many thousands of failures are going to come in his life. So every time he is going to get depressed. And these days children are not able to accept the failures. That is why there are lots of cases which we hear in the news, which we go through, which we come across, that the people are going to suicides. It is the suicide only is the last, you can call, option for the people who cannot accept the rejections. So the rejections should be accepted in a very positive manner. And lastly, they should be trained enough to have a confidence in themselves. That means the parents should not every time go to the child, okay, I'll be helping you every time. The parents, these days I've seen the modern parents, they keep on helping the child. In their project work, they are doing their project work, they are doing their homework, children are lying down, children are sleeping, children are playing, and the parents are busy doing their project works. In any case, in all the cases, each day is a challenge for the parent. If you see that your child is not doing it properly, let him go like that. If he'll score marks, it will give him introspection. Yes, I had to work hard. I have not worked hard that much so that I could score good marks. That realization of the child is very important. How can he realize? He can only realize this when the parents take a back seat. If the parents take a back seat, only then your child will gather confidence. This confidence is to be trained by the parents itself. It should be inculcated in him. If he fails at one thing, he should not be made feel bad about it. Simply the parent should say, okay, let's try again. Now you will go better because you have revised the things. And what happens? The results are very good. The result is because the child has already worked hard and in the second attempt he is again working hard. So don't you think so the product will be better? So the child gets a sense of happiness, a sense of joy and satisfaction. And he is strengthened. His confidence is up to a level so that he can clearly say he can go without any help. And that makes the parents more satisfying when the child is on his own. He is not spoon-fed child. So better be aware that if you want to help your child, please don't make him a spoon-fed child. Just assist him whenever he needs you. Otherwise, the child should lead and the parent should be at the backside. Whenever they see that the child is in trouble, they should come along with him and help him. And after that, again they should take a back seat. So that makes the child helpful. This approach of the parents is very helpful for the child in his future life.